Nothing sets my teeth on edge like the adage, "I'll sleep when I'm dead." In this video, I'm gonna tell you how to make time for sleep even when you're busy. Number one, schedule sleep like you would any other appointment. So as a busy person, there's probably something that you do to help manage your day-to-day, whether that be Outlook or a planner. And what I want you to do is I want you to schedule your bedtime exactly like you would with an appointment with a client or a big meeting. I want you to give the same courtesy to yourself that you're giving to other people. The reason for this is that routine is key when it comes to your bedtime and going to bed at a consistent time. And if you schedule it, it means that you're making time for it, making it so that it's going to be easier for you to fall asleep once you get under the covers. Sleep is one of the most important self-care things that you can do, and if you make sure that you schedule time to make sure that you're actually getting adequate rest, you're going to be better equipped to actually handle your to-do list during the day. Number two, what items can go? So I want you to look at all your obligations and see what you're saying yes to and what you'd maybe prefer that you hadn't said yes to. And I realize that we all need to put food on the table, but perhaps there's something on that list that you'd really prefer that you hadn't taken on, thereby freeing up your time for other things like sleep. I would also look to see, and this is going to be, you need to be really honest with yourself or have somebody who can help you be really honest with yourself. If you're somebody that is chronically busy, you're going to want to look at the why behind that, and maybe there's something going on a little bit deeper psychologically. Like maybe you have a real or perceived pressure where you feel like you have to take on more than is actually reasonable for you to take on. And then also when looking to see what can go, I would look at what is leisure time versus what is an actual need. One thing that I find myself doing a lot is that instead of working on my to-do list, I procrastinate and just mess around in my phone. And then I do it so much that the deadline is looming and now it's crunch time and I'm scrambling to get everything done that I need to get done. And as part of that, I'm shorting myself on sleep when maybe if I hadn't procrastinated and spent too much time on leisure activities up in the beginning, then I wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. Number three, use sleep hacks. And I don't mean listen to some tech bro who says, oh, you actually only need to sleep 4 hours per night. What I mean is to use tips and tricks to help you sleep more efficiently and to get better quality sleep when you're under the covers. I think part of that as a busy person is blue light blocking glasses are key. You probably don't have the luxury of turning down the lights and turning off screens as soon as you probably should. And I think blue light blocking glasses are a really good compromise for a busy person because it does block out a lot of the harmful light that you are getting that is keeping you from being able to fall asleep. Another good place to start is to see if you're using caffeine as a crutch. A lot of people, and especially busy people, can kind of tend to over-rely on caffeine. And a lot of times what ends up happening is that on any given night, you don't get enough sleep. So the following day, you prop yourself up with caffeine and probably have it too late in the day to where the next night it ends up interrupting your sleep. So the following morning, because you're so tired, you have even more caffeine and the cycle just keeps repeating itself. Number four, planning your day. So as a busy person, you probably don't have the luxury of doing all the best practices that you should be doing surrounding your sleep, but a good compromise if you are struggling is that I would structure my day in a way so that I am doing my least stressful tasks last. So the risk for this is that if you're doing something that's especially stressful, that's going to spike your cortisol, and cortisol is going to make it more difficult for you to fall asleep. Another good place to start is to see if you can kind of compromise on winding down. Yeah, you may not be able to afford an entire hour to devote to winding down and having a full-on bedtime routine before bed, but can you maybe do some things that are going to help you wind down while you're crossing off those last couple things on your to-do list? So for example, could you maybe listen to relaxing music or have a relaxing candle while you're doing those one or two last couple things. At the end of the day, while you may think that you can't afford to get a full night's sleep, I would challenge you on your thinking. It's been actually proven that getting a full night's rest is going to make you more productive through the day. So it's possible you can get a full 8 hours of sleep and get more done. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so I know you enjoyed it. And if you also want to be a well-rested human, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you get notified every time I upload. Sweet dreams!